Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Terminator Juice. I'm trying something a little different. I used this overlay before, but it's been a while. I was rewatching the direct, and I wasn't in love with like the green screen at a couple spots. Whoops. Um, was kind of like taking over. I was like disappearing in the green screen. Center myself a little bit better here. So yeah, hopefully this is. I think this would be all right. I'll rewatch it, but let me know what you think. The other option would just be to have non-green screen, just have a corner of this with basically what you're seeing in the bottom right corner. But I thought I'd try something different. So yeah, I started a little early because I didn't want to go too long with this. It's 30 minutes ish. I'm at the 5 seconds to start point. I have not been off the internet since like 4. I have no idea if this is absolute trash or is it amazing or is it okay. So one thing I want to start off by saying is I don't know if this is like abundantly clear, and that's apologies if I didn't make it clear. I want all these type of events to be amazing, whether it's Nintendo Direct, whether it's Microsoft's Xbox, whatever show they do, which the show is usually bad, but I don't like the format of the one with where they're kind of sitting in chairs and chit chatting and stuff. I thought the state of plays got better the more they act like their Nintendo Directs, the better they've been. And I hope they continue that where maybe Jim Ryan comes out, says something for 20 seconds, and then it's just boom, 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 trailer, gameplay, whatever, in succession for the entire time. I don't want any. I don't care. I don't mind the little in between, like these, like the letters from the buttons bouncing around. I don't mind that stuff. So I want all these to be amazing. Now, I'm not expecting every show to be E3 super hype announcements or anything, but just want a quality content, a well put together not program, but well edited presentation. That's what I'm looking for. And I want to see gameplay. I want to see what the game's actually going to look like to play as the game, when you're playing the game. So I expect a new area in Ratchet and Clank to be gameplay. I don't expect just a trailer. I would really be disappointed if they don't have Horizon Forbidden West, like actual gameplay. And I think I said like 10 games or something, so it's not like there's a lot of time for each game. But I don't want to see just cinematic trailers and in-engine footage stuff. I want to see the actual game. So I fully expect to see for Horizon Forbidden West and Ratchet and Clank like gameplay. I'll be absolutely devastated if GTA 5 is in this at all, and especially if it gets like 2 minutes or over a minute or over 30 seconds of time. And the other thing that would really make this an epic fail is if they announced The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. That would be devastating to the fact where I think that would change my mind. I'm not buying a PS5 until it's under $400. If they announce The Last of Us Part 2 remastered as a full price game instead of just getting free update to the PS4 version, that's going to be a deal breaker. So anything else, I'm expecting maybe Resident Evil Village. I'd love to see Kana. I forget the rest of the name. I'd really like to see more of that game. And I'm sure Returnal, maybe they'll have some new gameplay of that because that comes out in March, I believe. And then at least maybe like one like really cool surprise, whether it's God of War Ragnarok gameplay or a cinematic trailer or an announcement of a game we didn't know existed. I don't know that I'm expecting a ton of those. Like maybe one, maybe none. Like I can't think about. I really can't count like how many games we actually know about. There's probably some I'm forgetting. So let's see. What would be one like really cool thing? Like You know, like Uncharted Lost Legacy 2. If you want to see me get really excited, that would be the one to do it. I doubt, you know, I have no anticipation of that happening. Um, I don't want to see collections. I don't want to see PS4 games remastered. That's the one thing about the Nintendo Direct was I just don't care about old games. I don't care if it's if it's PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo. I don't care about old games coming to a system finally. I don't even care if some of these games get remakes. I just don't care about old games at this point, you know? Like I'm so sick of it. And I don't want to see any in this at all. And that's what, I gave the Nintendo Direct a C. I think that was being pretty generous because, there's a good chunk of it was old games. Yeah, they've never been on Nintendo. They've never been on Switch, or it's never been anything but the PlayStation 1. I don't care. I just don't care about these old games. Unless they're eShop, they're 10, 15, 20 bucks max. That's different. But they don't need to be in a Nintendo Direct. I'm sorry if T's watching. Stubbs the Zombie didn't need to be. Those 30 seconds did not need to be in the Nintendo Direct. Not too many people give a fuck about that game, let alone seeing. I haven't watched it yet. I'm about to watch it. Stubbs the Zombie. If you're gonna bring that game back, don't have it look like it's still running on the original Xbox. Like stuff like that is just kills the vibe of a director or one of these presentations. And then you follow it up with which I thought No More Heroes 3 looked absolutely terrible, but Ninja Gaiden trilogy, woohoo, Apex Legends finally coming. Well, we knew it was coming. It wasn't a surprise announcement. Some footage, stuff like that doesn't add to. It's just like the Switch's library. These old 7th gen games, they don't make the library better. In some cases, I feel like that it hurts the library, but other people would disagree. But all right, so we got 9 people watching. I'm just gonna start this, and it's gonna be my honest reaction. I will share a quick story. I got up early this morning, and I knew Target was gonna get PlayStation 5s, and I'm following this guy, Jake Randall or something, his live stream, and 2 hours goes by, about 7:45-ish. Finally, I'm on the Target website. I'm clicking on the PlayStation 5. Oh, it's live. Instantly add it to my cart. Have to do the I'm not a robot thing. I think you had to. And then payment option, select it. And yep, pick it up in store. Hit place order. Item is no longer available. I'm like, what? So I'm looking. All right, I go to the cart, edit cart, change store. It says my store available. Grand Rapids, Michigan, available. So for 10 minutes, I switched stores and hit place order, and it told me the same error. And then finally, I started seeing only 9 left in stock, only 8 left in stock, only 10 left in stock. My store, only 8 left in stock. Click on it, same error. 5 minutes later, all of a sudden I see only 4 left in stock, only 3. Oh, there's only 3 in my store. All of a sudden it said only 1. And another 5 minutes goes by. All of a sudden, your cart is empty. And the thing sold out. And it was like 20 minutes of just nonsense. And I'm just like, I was so deflated by that it like kind of ruined the rest of my day, just because I'm like, why does it gotta be so hard? I was right there as soon as it went live. Like, and then had just a shitty day at work. And then the Xbox Series X went up, and it was the same stuff, except the Xbox only lasted 5 minutes because they must have had way less stock. And it's just the same shit. And it's just like, why is it so hard, But anyway, I'm going to watch this state of play, and I'm going to find out if I really regret not getting that PS5 today or not, or this will be like, well, I'm glad I didn't get one. So here we go. Go on this ride with me. I can tell the quality is not that great either, just like the Nintendo Direct. Oh, we're not going past teen, huh? Interesting. So no God of War. Crash.
In your future. Shocking events that will change the course of your life.
It's like, is this worth announcing? Like,
there's lots of awesome updates and additions coming to the Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time experience on PlayStation 5.
Free update.
Hey everyone, I'm Lou Stutter, creative producer.
I haven't heard much about this game, to be honest with you.
Crash Bandicoot 4 on PS5.
Of course, my nose will start itching.
60 frames per second, adaptive triggers, 3D audio, and more.
Let's make this fun.
Picking up where Crash Bandicoot Warp left off.
I mean, I'm glad that it's getting a free update, but this is a bad way to start a state of play where it's like, the game's already out. People know the game. You don't need to tell us the game.
What follows is a mind-bending adventure for Crash and his marsupial pals.
Yeah, that's a disappointing start.
Crash Bandicoot 4 to leap off your screen, brimming with bold, vibrant environments and characters.
I'm sure the game, I don't think the game sold that well because not too many people really have been talking about it.
Spinning heads in native 4K at 60 frames per second. With the weight of the universe on your shoulders, and probably some errors.
I mean, this is,
There's little time to wait on loading
I'm going to be
screens.
Series X, ain't it?
DualSense wireless controllers bring adaptive
At
triggers.
least
to
adaptive
your
triggers
fingertips.
are new,
So
but
you
still,
can
like,
feel the blast of the
who cares? This doesn't need a 2-3 minute video, like,
Feel the grip when you grapple a Tana's hookshot. Hold on tight when you feel the boost of Crash's jetboard, and really feel the suck when you vacuum his dingo dog.
I don't know what Sony's feeling like.
Looking to get fully
Every
immersed
time
in
the PlayStation gets restocked, it's instantly sold, but still, there's only, what,
all new
5-ish million
3D audio.
compared to 100 million of the PS4? Like,
Achieving the infamous 106% completion is the sign of a true Bandicoot master.
this is not the way to start this, that's
Mutated
for sure.
marsupial loses way.
Not to, I'm not a big Crash fan, so
Track your progress.
take that into
Hit your
account.
goals for things like time trials, flashback levels, and boss fights. I bet Entropy wishes he had that. Even bring your income.
Wow, this is getting way too much time. Way too much time.
Activity cards to get to 106%. Oh, and one more thing. If you own the PS4 version of the game, an upgrade option is available. Check out the PlayStation blog for full details. Whether it's your first playthrough or your 100th, there's no better time to experience Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about
Wow, this
time
quality
on
is just
PlayStation
terrible
5.
on my... I don't know if it's my computer or not, but I swear if I make a full screen YouTube video, it looks just
Welcome back,
terrible.
Crash. The gang's all here on today's new edition of State of Play.
Alright, let's
We've
see
got
some
great
new
updates
stuff.
lined up for you.
I don't need any more updates for PS4 games that are already
First,
out.
let's check out the latest on an eagerly
Okay.
anticipated game coming to the PS5.
I definitely want to see more because the
from
initial
PlayStation
trailer and stuff was interesting.
Hey everyone, we at Housemark are excited to give you this sneak peek at Returnal. In Returnal, you will play as Celine, an Astra scout who crash lands on an alien planet, Atropos. After
What's up,
receiving a
Clocked It? What's up,
mysterious
Bree-Bay?
White Shadow. Players will explore this inscrutable, dark planet in search for answers and unfold
This is some terrible voiceover.
to a larger force at play. Dashing and quickly maneuvering your way
Okay.
above and around enemies.
I already
is
like
key
the
to
movement.
survival in Returnal.
Reminds me of Control a lot, actually. So you know I'm a fan already. Okay. It's not at all what I was expecting. She's getting wrecked right now. Yeah, this looks really cool, actually.
With a large variety of enemies and the vast number of unique movesets.
This is not what I was expecting from this game, from gameplay.
No matter what the circumstances are. Death
Consider me intrigued, though.
beginning.
That's right. That was the gimmick of this game. What's
Every
up,
time
Trilink? Yeah,
you
just started.
start, the world will change. The map will be different.
Hey, that sounds like
There
Hades.
are new locations and in differing numbers, so you have to think fast and adapt. Here you can see the use of the lightning alt fire, which is great for crowd control. This is one of
Yeah,
many
this game's
alt fires
looking
that
really
you can
good.
find in the
Like,
game.
visually, I can't tell because this stream looks subpar on my computer, but gameplay wise, yeah, this is looking good.
You will stumble across mysterious devices that can grant rewards to the player.
I hope that one game, that alien-inspired game, that absolutely looked garbage. This looks more like an Alien universe game.
Besides the intense combat, Returnal also has a deep and engaging narrative. We allow players to piece together the puzzle that is the story.
Yeah,
of Celine
honestly,
as we venture deeper and
I hope
deeper
I have a
into
PS5 by the
Atropos
time this
and
comes
Operation
out from
Nightmare.
what I'm seeing right now.
That's
that can't be.
Yeah, this is like
I think I am reliving
had a
my
little
memories
Control
again.
vibes. Now I'm getting a little Resident Evil vibes, some Metroid vibes,
Corroded.
Alien vibes.
Missing, others seem manufactured. But I can't.
You a Sony hater, Brebe? Because I mean, I don't need that in my chat. So
Losing my mind. There's no comfort here. No safe space.
yeah, this game is well beyond what I was expecting, and all in a good way so far. Consider me interested. I know, is this coming to PC as well? And is there a release date?
Returnal lands on April 30th.
April,
It's
okay,
developed
so I
by
got
the
some time.
talented Team at Housemarque.
All right.
Next, let's take a closer look at a high
Oh,
impact
Knockout City.
PS4 game called Knockout City.
We're gonna actually see some gameplay instead of a stupid trailer with people. Okay.
Hi, I'm Josh from Bellin Studios. We're an indie developer based in upstate.
So why does this
New
get
York. We announced
a
Knockout
better
City,
trailer than the
a
direct?
based multiplayer action game for PS4.
Okay.
Where rival crews settle their scores with epic dodgeball battles.
It's interesting. I mean,
Knockout City is easy to pick up and play, but there's a lot of depth here. For
is
those
it
who like
auto
the series.
targeting?
In our 1v1 face-off mode, you'll go head-to-head in a constantly shrinking battleground, relying on your reflexes and abilities to knock out an opponent.
So you've already seen more
Time to catch powers up the ball, making it
in
easier
30
to
seconds than we got in that whole 2 minutes or whatever on
use trick shots
the
to
other.
pop a ball over a ledge or hook it around a corner. Fake
It looks
approach
pretty
to
fun. I
reset your
mean,
opponent's timing and knock them out before they can recover.
it's definitely
When
not
you're in
a
tough spot with a ball
day
flying
one.
away, a last-second dodge is the difference between getting knocked out and staying in the fight. Keep your wits about you and outplay your opponent to bring home
gameplay, like the character movements and stuff, looks pretty solid.
Let's jump into Team KO, our 3v3 mode. Teamwork makes
Not
the
really
dream work.
loving the
Knockout
character
City.
designs
Outmatched,
and the
although coordinated
art style
defense still
overall,
dominates.
but it's
We're
interesting.
playing in Back Alley Brawl, a new map that you'll find in our upcoming crossplay.
Yeah,
beta.
arms, that
Special
a
for this
little
match is
bit.
the Sniper ball, which locks onto targets from far across the map and wham!
Is this gonna be
Take them
free
out
to
with
play, or
two
is it
areas. Beyond special balls, each map features a unique mechanic. In Back Alley Brawl, you can hop into a tube and make a quick getaway, or use them to sneak up on your.
But this, I mean, compared to what they showed in the Nintendo Direct, like this is how you show a game for the first time, you know, like. And I think the Nintendo audience might have been the better audience to have this video presentation, but maybe Sony has some kind of
Instant KO explosion.
already had this going, so Nintendo couldn't show the whole thing. I don't know.
The team here at Velen has been obsessed with building this world over the last 4 years. Knockout City is coming out May 21st, and we'd love your help in our final stretch of development. Rally your crew and sign up for our crossplay beta at knockoutcity.com to play early on PlayStation. See you soon.
So
bros.
Nintendo has some kind of, or PlayStation has some kind of deal. That's probably why it got the better commercial or better showing. Definitely try the beta. I mean, it looks okay. It's
Time for something.
not really my cup of tea, but
Here's your first look at an upcoming PS5 game from the
Okay.
team at Slow Clap.
this is new. I want to see that cat game too. Is that what this is? I meant to say that beforehand. No. Maybe? Yeah, this is that game. I think. If it is, I've really wanted to see more about it. If it isn't, it still looks interesting. Okay. Digging the art style. This is interesting. I don't know what the hell. Is it just like a brawler? Reminds me of Daredevil, you know, Halloween scene from the show. That's some pretty cool looking combat. Yeah, this looks pretty sweet. Sifu. Yeah, that's PS4 and PS5. That looked pretty cool. I wonder what the actual
Review of
gameplay is.
Sifu, coming to the PS5
Is it
console
button
later
mashy
this
or is it actual skill based?
Now let's get an update on Solar Ash, an epic new PS5 adventure from Heart Machine.
Oh yeah, they showed this trailer of this. Cool looking black hole. I mean, you gotta. I know not everybody's probably gonna love this, but you gotta give them credit. There's a lot of artistic stuff going on in the games we've seen so far.
You might know us as
Yeah, seafood did look cool. I just want to know what I'm actually doing if it.
gameplay for our new
But
title.
this art style is pretty cool too. Like, you don't normally
Solar
think
Ash is a huge, stylish 3D platformer,
like
but
super
features
stylized games when you think of
the game is set
PlayStation,
inside
but
a giant black hole known as the Ultra Void, which has been consuming everything in its path. You play as Ray, a daring void runner who has decided to venture into this terrifying anomaly as a last-ditch effort to save her home. Ray is extremely agile, able to speed across the world with abilities akin to skating. On the Ashen Clouds,
reminds me of that other game on the PlayStation that wasn't as good as
at its core,
as it looked.
Solar Ash is a game about movement.
It's like
Ray has everything
reminds me of
through the dangerous and unique world.
like a combination of things actually. For a second there, I was thinking Mirror's Edge, but then I don't know. It's a unique game, that's
As
for
you
sure.
journey to
I
save
don't know
your
if I'd
planet, you'll find
if
yourself
I'd get
face
it,
to
but
face with grotesque and violent creatures.
there's combat.
Our combat system is simple, fast, and fluid, built to empower players and encourage flow. As you
Got a little
explore
jet set in there.
enemy encounters will scale to greater and greater sizes. Some of these creatures require speed and precise timing to defeat.
So far, though, I mean, what they've shown gameplay on everything, and it all looks pretty good.
Ray will eventually
Yeah,
encounter
Journey.
some massive sentinels of this void.
It had a little Journey vibe early
Giant
on.
beasts
Still need to play that. I have it
that are
downloaded. Huh. Feel like I don't know if it's just the streamer. It looks a little bit stuttery, maybe if that's intentional
Solar Ash
or
is
not.
Activision's vision of the adventure platformer. The giant spaces, the feel of movement, the flow of combat, and the high-stakes battles atop enormous beasts all come
It's definitely
together to
unique.
play something we think is incredibly unique and more
Yeah,
importantly,
listen, I just said
fun.
that. I like the art style.
This
Movement
game
looks
is
pretty
a labor
cool.
of love for everyone on the Heart Machine team. We're excited to bring Solar Ash to PS5 and PS4 later this year.
Something to consider for sure. Probably digital only game, I'm thinking. But so far, like, I wish, I gotta say, I wish I would have got that PS5 this morning because I'm pleased with what I've seen so far. Is this that Five Nights at Freddy's game? I think, pretty sure. Mix of gameplay and cinematics. Yeah, I remember people were kind of making jokes because it looked like it had ray tracing in it. It's like Five Nights at Freddy's game was like one of the first next gen games where people were like, "Oh, is that ray tracing?" Is this just gonna be like a Among Us type thing or Fortnite type thing? Overwatch, like. Huh. I didn't expect to see a band.
You out of here. You and me together.
I know nothing about Five Nights at Freddy's other than the looking in cameras, and
They won't stop hunting you.
I've seen like
None
a
of
streamer
them will stop hunting you.
play it for a little bit once or twice for 10 minutes probably tops. Yeah, this was the one with the ray tracing, or what looked like ray tracing.
You out by morning.
Look at those reflections. Gregory's Horror Show. I don't know what that is. Yeah, whatever. I guess if you're a fan of that, if someone's a fan of that, that might have been pretty cool. Better than old games.
That
was a chilling new look at Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Up next, let's take a tour of
This
Oddworld
game ain't out yet?
Soulstorm.
Or is this a new one? How long's this game been in
Hi,
development?
I'm Warren Lanning, creative director at Oddworld Inhabitants. Today, I'm going to take you on a brief tour of our newest game, Oddworld
Is this
Soulstorm.
the brand new? Did this come out, or did that other one come out that we saw like 2 years ago?
In Soulstorm, you reprise the role of Abe, accidental hero turned unlikely leader of an emerging revolution.
Oh, this
As
is
you
the
battle
one.
through weird and
I thought
wonderful
this came
environments
out.
in an effort to escape the all-powerful and eternally greedy Gluckins. We really wanted to bring this world to life with what we call 2.9D platforming, which adds much more.
I gotta be honest, I haven't played an Oddworld game since what, PS1, and I only played it for a little bit.
Haptic feedback, as you'll now be able to feel Abe's heartbeat in high alert and suspenseful situations.
So I don't know if it's a game I would actually
There are well over 1,000 fellow
like,
Gluckins
but
you must try to save along the way. But they are far more than helpless workers.
I like
waiting to be
the
saved.
cinematic
When used
visuals. I'm
effectively, you'll be able to solve
not
puzzles,
really in love
harness
with
their
the art
combined
style
energy,
overall, but
and be given the tools they need to fight alongside you. And there will be times when the extra hands will be needed as you face off against an array of heavily armed enemies that will stop at nothing to find and end Abe once and for all.
yeah, this is that same one, the same game. I don't know. I guess I thought this came
In order
out.
to stand a chance against this much larger threat, we gave Abe the ability to scavenge, loot, and pickpocket items from his surroundings and use them to craft an impressive arsenal of his own that he can share with others.
Was he
You can
able
also
to
play as a
attack
non-lethal
in the
pacifist or
original
an
game?
agent of chaos. We wanted you to have the choice. But there is one iconic ability for our shamanic protagonist, possession. This mystical power allows you to take control of your foes and use their strengths and weapons against them, or use them to gain access to paths still ahead. The Oddworld universe is a
Yeah, I don't know.
place.
I probably
This
won't
means that there are
play
some
it, but
environments and
I'm curious for the
situations
people that are
require a
big
little
are
more
fans of
thought,
Oddworld what they
patience,
think
and
of this
stealth.
one.
You'll find dark and dangerous caves, heavily guarded industrial
See, I don't like
sites, and
the
ancient
industrial
forgotten
area. Doesn't really
Here we've
do
built
much
lots
for
of
me
opportunities for
visually.
you to test your skills and find different ways to handle things. It won't be easy.
Does this come into
Being hunted
PS4
by
as
an
well?
army backed by a shady and wealthy organization isn't
I
bad
like
enough.
the
There are also
character
more
designs in the
dangers
cinematics.
forms of natural obstacles, ancient traps, trials against swarming dark creatures, and
See, that area
industrial
looks
hazards that
cool.
must be dodged, crossed, and avoided. Ultimately, Abe's journey is one of hope, freedom, and truth. There's a rich and engaging narrative to discover in a world full of lies, and we've been able to bring our characters to life like never
That
before.
reminds me of a Star
True
Wars.
Oddworld fashion, your actions
I
in
think
game
Star Wars
will decide
character.
the fate of Abe and all those you manage
Maybe
to
not Star
liberate
Wars.
along the way. And we can't wait to see what you will do.
It's got some forearms. Yeah, it's coming to PS4, April 6th. Is it only PlayStation? Not that it matters. It's just curious.
That was the latest on Oddworld Soulstorm.
Alright, we
And
got
here's
a
some
few-
exciting news. Active PlayStation Plus members will get the PS5 version for no extra cost starting in April. PS5 version for no extra cost.
So you have to be a PlayStation Plus member to get. Oh, here we go. Let's go.
Moving on, it's time to catch up with Kena Bridge of
Kena.
Spirits,
I was
the
kinda- it's
gorgeous new
Kena.
adventure we last saw in the
Let's see
TV
some.
PS5 showcase.
Let's see just an extended 2 minutes of gameplay, and please look like a good game. Visually, it looks stunning, but I want the game to actually be good. Love that character design. Reminds me of that. Isn't there a Disney movie coming out? Dragon something. Absolutely love that main character's design and these little guys. I don't want montage. I don't want clips of gameplay. I want an extended gameplay.
Usually timid.
Have some confidence in your game. Show me 2 straight minutes of somebody playing.
Tells me you did not come to our village looking for forest creatures.
Hello, Spirit. I seek passage to the sacred mountain shrine.
It's perfect character design. Absolutely
Is bound to the shrine.
love it.
But that power faded long ago.
So this is the kind of stuff I'd love for Nintendo to go into a realm like this with. I mean, it's CGI looking art style. It's not like realistic. You know, it's a very similar trailer to what we've seen. But, you know, I just wish Nintendo would go a little bit further away from their comfort zone and make an adventure game, you know. I mean, obviously Breath of the Wild is the best game ever made, but
We must help these spirits to reach the mountain.
this just looks stunning. Like, whether it's PS4 or PS5, like, this is what I always say. I can't wait till Nintendo has PS4 Pro level powers, you know, because I'd love to see this type of fidelity with this type of art direction. It just looks phenomenal. And with their, you know, their gameplay skills,
Can be here. You cannot stay here, Spirit.
this looks fucking amazing.
You must move on.
Is it coming out first half of the year, hopefully? Wow, it's like I'm getting Miyazaki vibes. I'm getting Ori vibes. I'm getting Zelda vibes. All kinds of vibes.
Path of a spirit guide is a lonely one.
I'll wait for August 24th. Damn, that's a ways out. I'll definitely have a PS5 by
Now
then,
let's
but
settle in for
geez.
a stylish new look at Deathloop, a PS5 first-person shooter developed by
This
the
is
team
that
at
one that looked
Arkane.
pretty cool, right? Deathloop. Yeah.
You'll never, ever break
So far, this is a really good show. I was a little disappointed that Kina wasn't like just a clip of straight gameplay, but
Bring it, baby.
isn't this the company that Bethesda owns? Now Microsoft's about to own. Since we've already saw, hopefully I don't get flagged for this music like the last time I did a state of play reaction. And we have already seen quite a bit of this game, so where it showed like you had tried a different order of taking people out, and then this person's trying to take you out. I can't remember if it was multiplayer humans. I can't remember. Yeah, Nintendo would definitely have to make the system before we could get what I described earlier. Interesting, like I'm getting Rage 2 vibes. I never played that, but remember that had an impressive looking trailer, then nobody bought it. Get like James Bond vibes too with this music, like this could be a cool game. I definitely want to see more though. Definitely got some abilities. Like, is this just fake scripted stuff, or is that something you could actually do? It's an interesting trailer. Does it have replay value? Like I said, is it online? I can't remember. Is it all nothing but replay value? I guess this one would be a wait for reviews type of thing. It's a hell of a trailer. Yeah, I never played Dishonored, but Yeah, I definitely need to see like actual like someone playing it to really know if it's something I'd be interested in, but probably.
Before we leave, how about a huge update for one of 2020's most celebrated games?
I don't want an update. I want more new games. But PS5 update. This better be a free update, because if Square resells the PS5 version on top of everything else, that's gonna be some shit. And if this is the last thing they show, that's definitely gonna end on a bummer. Sephiroth.
A touching reunion.
Well, guys,
Are we gonna go like full detail about the PS5 version? Come on, this game's old as a year old now, ain't it? And not quite.
my name is Yuffie, Materia Hunter and Elite Special Forces Operative.
Is it
for the new
DLC?
Wutai government. We'll prove to our common enemy that Wutai is not to be trifled with. Members of Avalanche, we got this.
I'm back.
Blah 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 blah.
Someone's been expecting you. What took you?
Sorry about that.
Anybody know? Is this like the next installment? DLC? What is this? Or just the PS5 version?
He will be okay though, right?
Tifa don't look any better in PS5.
They're the ones who blew up the reactors. Cool. Should we say hi?
No, better not. After what they've done, you gotta assume Shinra's on their tail.
Look, a Moogle.
Stop! We gotta help.
I kind of want to jump ahead. I have a feeling this is some kind of new content, though. Still looks like Midgard from what I can tell. PS5 and DLC, so is it like you have to buy a new version to get PS5? I will. I'll give it a rating. It's already, because it's just been streamlined and not a bunch of old game filler stuff, even though this, I guess the crash thing was the only thing that really take points away for, but this is already better to me than the direct. It's just a streamlined, more focused gameplay, new games. So do you have to buy the DLC? If you buy the PS5 version, do you get the DLC? Development footage, like how much difference is it gonna be? It's graphics on PlayStation 5. Wow, look at that difference. It looks like it's 60. Wow, huge difference. Just kidding. It's definitely cleaner. I don't know if it's just because it's 60 frames per second. Plus, you still gotta buy the DLC. Is it a free update? That lighting looks definitely better there. But the stream quality is not amazing, but either way, I said in the beginning, I don't care about updates for games that are out, just like I don't care about old games coming to the Switch. There's definitely an improvement on that shot, but either way, it's like, if this better be at least a free update for PS4 people that bought it on PS4. Otherwise, Square is gonna be in my shit list for a long time, just in principle alone. But it's a new version. Look at what they did. Look at all the work they did. I don't care. This game came out what, April last year. They knew what they had. PS5 dev kits. They could have had it already implemented or already worked on the improvements. Okay, free upgrade for PS4 version. That's at least good. Fine. I didn't expect the DLC to be free unless you buy the PS5 version and pay full price, and I would expect the DLC to be included. Wow, they're giving this a lot of time.
You see that?
That's how ninjas do it.
Yep.
Is that it? They're gonna end on this? No Horizon Forbidden West. Okay, that's nice. Carry save data. Well, they didn't specifically say if you straight up just buy a the PS5
Final Fantasy VII
version.
Remake Intergrade, coming to the PS5 console later this year.
Have one more thing.
And
that's it. Okay. That's kind of a bummer to end on. I would have loved to seen Horizon Forbidden West gameplay, since they did kind of confirm that was coming out. Overall, though, I was really solid, I thought. Returnal surprisingly looks freaking awesome.
Get to 100.
Point to a larger force at play.
That was probably the highlight for me because I wasn't really expecting much from the game, but it actually seems like it's going to be pretty good. And then Kina, obviously, but that was a very similar trailer to what we saw already.
Knockout City for years.
This looked really cool. It's just the animation looks awesome and the art style. This looks pretty decent. What was this one? Oh, that was the Five Nights, blah. Oddworld, blah. Yeah, I would say Returnal and Kena overall the standouts for me. But no, the other games weren't absolutely knockouts by any stretch. I'm leaning towards like a C plus.
He will be okay though, right?
Maybe a B. I don't know, probably. I'd have to think about it more. I'm leaning towards like C plus. For things that excite me, I would rather have like 10 games, even though 2 of them were just old games that came out last year getting updates. That really holds it back for me. If it was just, instead of those 2 games, it's just 2 more decent looking newer games, I had probably got like a B plus, B. But a lot of gameplay, a lot of unique, each game was very unique from one another, variety, I guess. And just cut out, like I was going to say, the Nintendo Direct, if they cut out all the old stuff, like, just, hey, this old game's coming to Switch, cut all that out and just focus on the new games, and it would have been I would have probably gave it like a B plus, if you had Mario Golf, you have Pyramithra, you end on Splatoon 3, and then you just have, what the other games like the Project Triangle and stuff. If you just cut out all the old shit, like, I just don't care about old games coming to a new system. Like, it's just like we always say, the Virtual Console, back on the Wii, we should still own those games and still be able to play those games on the Switch, or the next system, and it's like, I just don't care about old games. So that's what really brings the Direct down for me. But I'd probably say C plus for this. But this game looked great. Kena looks stunning still, and Returnal surprisingly looks really good. So those 3 games right there, I'm really intrigued. 2 of which are almost guaranteed buys at this point, unless reviews come out and it's like, oh yeah, this game actually sucks. Or just watching somebody play it and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't look like my thing. So yeah, decent. It was 30 minutes, and only two really bummer things was starting with Crash and ending with Final Fantasy VII. And as far as what they showed, and then not showing Horizon Forbidden West, like if that game don't come out this year, then what the hell, Sony? I mean, they just delayed Gran Turismo, and there's rumblings that God of War isn't coming out this year. And then if Horizon doesn't make it out, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. But still, some reasons. I mean, I got a PS4 Pro. I'm sure Kena will look great on it, but if I can play that at 60 frames per second and look this amazing, I'm gonna play it on the PS5. And this don't come out till August, which that was a bummer. I was really hoping like May, June at the latest. Let me games. This should be an animated movie. Like it looks that good. It reminds me of like Majora's Mask. And these are the guys that did Majora's Mask CGI, aren't they? The CG little short movie.
You have to go now.
That's where yeah, that's right. Because it has a similar characters' faces and stuff are similar shape. So hopefully this game's good. Like hopefully it plays as good as it looks, because that would be awesome. Music seems to be incredible. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the guy who did Ori. So August 24th. Sucks that it's that long of a wait, but yeah, overall. Oh yeah, Ratchet. Yeah, Ratchet has a release date. They didn't show that either. I guess I don't necessarily need to see more Ratchet, but at the same time, yeah, Horizon 2 versus Breath of the Wild 2. Who will make it to the market first, since the first games came out within the same week? That's going to be an interesting... I'm going to guess Horizon. I feel like I just read that they were still pushing that as a end of this year. And I don't think there's any chance of Breath of the Wild 2 at this point. You don't put out Skyward Sword in July if Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out, so... I just really hope they make some changes to Horizon. I'd love to see a Climb Anywhere added. Get rid of a lot of the invisible walls, and more focus on the world itself and less on this bad dialogue and stuff. The side quests could use some work, but anyway, wasn't bad. Not as good as I was hoping, but like I said, probably a C+ grade. Because of Crash and Final Fantasy. Like I said, if there was two other games, like what was the one? Even like the indie one. What the hell was it called? Looking for clock that said it. Oh, Solar Ash. Just another one like that, and then maybe I don't know. Like I said. Ratchet and Clank or Horizon or something, and it definitely would have been B+ territory, I think, because I was digging what I was seeing. But overall, not bad, and I just hope Xbox is going to have a show, and it's going to be really good. I hope they have some games coming out. I don't think they have anything this year other than Halo. I really don't think. I think 2022, end of 2022 into 2023 is when you're going to start seeing the Microsoft Studios games start coming out, unfortunately. Yeah, so it looks like to me Nintendo Direct and this didn't show me anything that I'm absolutely gotta play before Resident Evil Village, which I mean I'm interested in that game. It's not a guarantee I'm getting it, but I think that might be the next game I pick up from what I've seen so far, unless I'm forgetting something. Also, they didn't show that cat game that they teased, like that Cyberpunk with the cat. So they got some games to show still. So maybe they'll do one around E3 time, and we'll get more. Halo shouldn't come out this year, given how it looked. I'd be curious to see what it looks like the next time we see Halo Infinite. I honestly didn't hate how it looked visually. Just gameplay wise, it just doesn't look interesting. It doesn't look fun. It's just missing something for me. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna watch some TV or maybe play some Rocket League or something. But yeah, thanks for everybody for tuning in, and let me know what you thought in the comments. You're watching this on the replay. What did you think of this new screen layout? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Like, it could have been like this instead, which I could crop it. I could, I didn't plan on showing that, but yeah, I mean, I could have went more like this, and then, did something like this. Probably could do something like that. So let me know if you made it this far. What do you think of like this versus something like that in the future? So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Donnie, we'll see you. He was the first one here. Thanks everybody else for tuning in and commenting. And you feel the opposite, don't feel compelled to get a PS5. I mean, I already want to get a PS5 to play Days Gone, Ghost of Tsushima. My second playthrough of Immortals, I kind of want to wait till I get the PS5 to keep going, even though I already I'm already at the first. I'm already back at Aphrodite's vault, which is technically a quarter of the game, I guess, as far as story-wise. I kind of been itching to replay God of War. And, so I got some stuff to play on it right now. And then some games look promising in the not too distant future. So anyway, we will see you guys probably on Monday for the Juice Loose podcast. We're going to talk about the value proposition in gaming, especially from Nintendo, and how we feel about it now compared to what it used to be. Give our final thoughts on the Direct and Skyward Sword HD. So tune in for that. Should be a good one. But until then, everybody have a good night. Have a good weekend. And we'll see you on Monday.